Paul, were you surprised at Sir Jim Ratcliffe coming out saying it's 3 years I'll back him? I love it. I tried to deliver it with a straight face to you there,
I
Paul.
think that's it. Yeah, I was shocked. I don't think you could say 3 years. I think this has got to be sorted out. This is Manchester United. I never played for Man United, but from a distance, still one of the biggest clubs in the world, up there with Real Madrid. There can't be also runs. They're also runs. If they finish in the top half this season, we'll all be going, wow. I mean, that can't be right. It can't be right. Something's going to stop. I know, the manager's got to be flexible. He's playing 3-5-2. It isn't working. Good managers change. They change. You look at Thomas Frank at Tottenham, changing it, week in, when they're where they are because of him, because he keeps on changing the way they play. He changes it during the game. I think he's got to pull it in. He's probably shocked. Amorim, he probably went, what, 3 years? I've got three more years of this. So, yeah, I hope he gets it right for him. I do like the manager. I do like him. But at the moment, it's a real up. I can't see him getting anything this weekend, I think. We go on about Liverpool lost 3 games on the trot. They were all away. They weren't at home. Different team at home.
Before, Merce, we look at United in more detail, even with the problems that United have, given their recent run of form, is there greater pressure on Liverpool tomorrow?
I never played for Man United before, so I can imagine there's a lot of pressure on Man United in this football match. They're playing Liverpool. This is their biggest game of the season. They'll have to go up and turn up. I think, the fans, this is their game. This is their game. So I can imagine the pressures on both teams. All depends how Arsenal get on today. I think if Arsenal go and win today, that's 4 points clear. Yeah. You were talking about a couple of weeks ago when they went to Crystal Palace, they were going to go 8 points clear, and Arsenal had to go to Newcastle, where you're thinking, they don't get much change out of Newcastle. This league could be all over before we know it. Now, all of a sudden, you look at Arsenal's fixtures. I think this is a big football match for Liverpool and Manchester United, for both teams.
Yeah, so, potentially very significant it could be for Ruben Amorim tomorrow, because despite that win against Sunderland last time out, he's still yet to win back-to-back league games.
And that geezer ain't cutting his ear.
If he manages it tomorrow and does it against Liverpool, that's potentially a watershed moment for him, isn't it?
Yeah, that would be huge, because there was so much pressure heading into that Sunderland game. He obviously won that game, and it was quite a convincing performance. I think then Sir Jim Ratcliffe comes out and backs him, which I think is, it's huge confidence, isn't it, as a manager. But I think he'll know, Amorim, that he's still, no matter whether he's got backing from the owners and things like that, he's got to make significant improvement. Like, Manchester United can't finish 15th, so you would expect them again to reassess maybe Christmas time and see where Manchester United are. Have those performances improved? Are we at a better position in the table? And yeah, I think we spoke about it, didn't we, before that Sunderland game, and we said when the pressure is on, when they need to get a result, they seem to be able to do it. But to go and beat Liverpool, who's, massive rivalry between the two of them, that would be huge for Amorim.
And one of the big talking points after that clean sheet against Sunderland and win was the fact that it was their first clean sheet of the season, Tim. And it came with Senny Lamens making his first appearance for United in the league, joined from Royal Antwerp. There were chances in this game at times of Are You Schmeichel in disguise, which was probably slightly overcooking it from the home fans. But he did give them a confidence at the back that they've looked short of in recent games.
Well, it looked like they didn't ask him to try and play out in stupid areas. And he made the saves. That's a save what any goalkeeper should make. But he did this. He did this, he commanded his box. He's a big guy, 6'3", and his timing coming off his line was good. But they asked him not to make a rod for his own back and put the pressure on himself by playing out in silly areas. So he plays well, long, off both feet. Right. But that is key. That's Schmeichel-esque. It's hard to even put him in the same sentence as Peter Schmeichel at the moment. But that is play direct to Šeško, keep him in the game. He felt like he's being loved against Šeško all of a sudden. This boy looks like he's got the swagger to play for Man United, but they played at home to Sunderland. Yeah. Let's see how he plays at Anfield tomorrow.
Yeah. Fascinating watch on Sunday. But gents, let's talk Liverpool. Florian Wirtz, he's got off to quite a tough start to life in the Premier League, hasn't he, Quinton?
It's, when I look back now at young players, talented players coming to the Premier League, it's not easy. People think, he's done well in Germany. The Premier League is a completely different beast. The tempo, the physicality of the game, the pace of the game is so quick. We know he's talented, but I think just need to give him a little bit more patience, be patient with him. The talent is there. I see one of his passes during the week, one of the best passes I've seen in the Premier League for a while, with his little back heel. But it takes time. Ronaldo, when he came to United, everything didn't go well for him. But look at this pass. This is just. It shows you there's something there. So it takes time for some players to come into the Premier League and adapt. And I have no doubt he's got the ability to do it.
I was going to say, does that just show, Paul, the fact that literally it could be on a knife edge? Fine margins can all of a sudden turn you into the best player in the league.
Oh, 100%. If Salah goes and scores that goal, and then we're all going on about it, he gets confidence. You don't become a bad player overnight. He was bought for over £100 million. I've watched this player a lot of times. He's a brilliant football player. It's just trying to get him the ball. It's so tight in there. The problem is when you watch German football, the game gets so opened up so quickly. It's so expansive. Like the worst team in Germany will go to the best team in Germany and have a go. Yeah. And that's why they win 6 and 7-0. Over here, Liverpool kick off and 10 people sit behind the ball and there's no room for him. Yeah. Sometimes I say put him out on the left, put him in that little pocket, where he can play where he's going to be hard to pick up. But they went and done that against Palace, which probably wasn't the right move. Palace are very good at the moment. So at the moment, when I watch Slot's teams, and I think this is going to go on for a while, I ain't sure he's going to know what his best team is for a long time yet.
And that's what a lot of people are talking about. Is this just a small blip, or is this something bigger? Because you can look at it and you can say, Galatasaray away, that's a tough game. Crystal Palace have been amazing this season. I mean, Quentin, what have you made of them as a whole this season?
I mentioned it before, and it's a strange one because I think people shouldn't forget that Liverpool gone through a tough period. They lost one of their teammates. Yeah. And you don't know what plays on the mind of players. Of course, they bring in new players. They need to adapt. But when you lose a teammate so close, and that's tough to deal with. So I think some players still probably dealing with that. New players coming in. I think it's just a blip. And if they have such a blip and they're still second in the league, I think it's not too bad, but of course, the standards they've set now at Liverpool, they expect to win every game.
Exactly. Well, it is so high. It's like any drop point is bad at the minute. But go on then, Paul. Isak is now the point where we can finally start to judge him in a Liverpool shirt? Because I know obviously he didn't get that pre-season, but now he's playing 2 90-minute matches back-to-back for Sweden.
Yeah, and it'll be difficult for him. It's a step up. No disrespect to Newcastle. I thought he was outstanding at Newcastle. Teams have a go at Newcastle. Teams will go to St James's Park, have a go, open the game up, and have a go. Here again, you sit 10 behind the ball. It's all right having the best players in the world. You have I heard Tuchel say it last week. Yeah. It's all right having the best players. I'm looking for the best team. And it's our players gel. You look at Liverpool over the years, the best 3 they probably had was Mane, Firmino, and Salah. Because Firmino would come and he would drop off, he'd knit everything together, and then you had them 2 making them runs inside. And Salah scored 1 million goals. Now all of a sudden Isak's up front. Salah don't really come back. He stays up front. They all stay up front, the 3. Where do you make them runs? There's no channel runs anymore.
Do you think they've got an issue with getting Salah back into form, realistically? Because it's kind of been a bit up and down. I know he still scores goals, but we're not seeing the same Salah yet that we saw last season.
I don't think we will. I don't. And I think that was because of Trent Alexander. I think the Trent Alexander Sal doesn't help Salah. Because when you've got Trent Alexander picking the ball up at right back, you have to go and engage in him. If you're a left-handed sided midfield player, you have to go and engage because he will destroy you with his passes. I haven't seen anything like it, if I'm being honest, his passing. Now all of a sudden you have to engage, then Salah, and then Trent Alexander gives the ball to Salah and he's 1v1, and then it's good night. Or Trent gets the ball, Salah makes a run inside, and he will find him. Now all of a sudden the fullback gets the ball at the back now for Liverpool. And they go, you can have it. You can have that. Go on, hurt us. We'll double up on Salah and you hurt us. And the fullback can't hurt you like Trent Alexander. There's no one like Trent Alexander, in my opinion, in the world of football.
Yeah, but Quentin, what have you made of Szoboszlai taking that right-back role then?
We spoke about this before. It's a wonderful player. I think any team would have him in the Premier League, but to put him in the right-back position, it's a tough one to ask. In his position, he's fantastic. But like you mentioned, he's not Trent Alexander. In that position, teams can deal with him from there. It probably... and I would think about Liverpool, the size of their club, surely they've got to have a right back there. I mean, maybe not the level of Trent Alexander, but they've got to have someone there that can do the job and put Szoboszlai up in his natural position. But that still confuses me why he's in that position.
Yeah, I mean, Paul, you said about obviously